California has changed the standard for the use of deadly force by law enforcement officers from the Supreme Court defined objectively reasonable to only when necessary. The problem with the law, in my opinion, is it doesn't define the term necessary, and I think it will be chilling to law enforcement to use deadly force when they are attempting to save other people's lives or save their own lives. I think the real problem here is that when officers have done things that were objectively unreasonable, like the murder of Tamir Rice, that those officers weren't held to account. I don't think it's changing the standard that's the solution. I think instead it means enforcing the laws as they are in the books. I think when we see horrible, egregious police misconduct like Philando Castile, and we don't see a consequence.
I think it's both, Charles. It's both. It's both. At the end of the day, we have to let these cops know, and I applaud California for doing this. It's going to force police officers to understand, if you pull that trigger, you better be able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt and by fact, not fiction, that your life was in danger or you pulled it justifiably. Too many of these cops have used this narrative. I felt threatened. I thought he was reaching for something. I thought the cell phone was a gun. Oh, I felt threatened, so therefore I pulled the trigger and took somebody's life. This will force those cops to be held accountable and to hold themselves to a greater standard than what they've been doing. So I think this is going to help force these cops to not so quickly pull that trigger and to let them know that if you do and it's not justifiable, you'll be prosecuted.
I couldn't disagree more. I think what this is going to do is it creates a non-standard standard that provides a definition for no one. And there are mistakes that are made in law enforcement, and when those mistakes are made, officers need to be held to account.
But they're not held accountable. They make mistakes and kill innocent, unarmed people.
I agree,
and they're
but it's
not
a failure
to
enforce the law by complicit prosecutors. It is not in any way a failure in the law.
If little white young men were being gunned down like unarmed black men, there would be a different discussion in this country.
They actually are. You just ignore that.
Oh, hell
truth.
no, they not.
You're not familiar with the numbers.
White cops ain't killing young white boys like white boys killing young black men.
It just
That's
doesn't
not
make
true.
the news because you're not screaming about the white people that get shot because you don't care.
Charles, you cannot be on my leg and tell Miss Rain. You know that they're not killing young white boys like that.
About one demographic, it's harder to care about America, and I'm telling you, we don't need to change the standard.
America to care about us.
Why become a cop now?
And our children.
Why protect people now when you don't even know the rule in California?
No.
You don't know when you can do it.
Everybody.
It's political pandering.
Protect everybody.
It's political pandering
and be right
that
by
puts
everybody.
the lives of good citizens at risk.
Them trigger-happy cops in trouble in California.
That's absolutely not true.
Beware, cops in California. You better watch yourself.